So 3.7b, we're off. 1 is physical states. Bonus on that. If you say plasma is the fourth one, there's a bonus point for you. You can say it depends on 3 things: pressure, temperature, and molecular properties. You have to go 3 for 3 on that. If you have 2 out of 3, that's not half of a bonus point, that's nothing. But depend on pressure, temperature, molecular properties. Other fact you could drop for a bonus point is that matter doesn't always exist in all 3. And give a for example, sugar turns into caramel instead of melting.
Is the example its own bonus point, or?
Yeah, so there's 3 bonus points. Plasma is 1. Just mentioning the word plasma in the list is 1. The fact that depends on pressure, temperature, and molecular properties is 2. And then saying all matter doesn't exist in all 3, and having the counterexample of sugar caramel, that's the 3rd one. If they just said sugar turns into caramel, that's worthless. Sugar turns into caramel illustrates the fact that all matter doesn't exist in all 3 phases. There's a win. 2, it's not, or 2 is the same throughout. 3 is not the same throughout. 4 is a mixture, and then let me pause before the big question. Up to 4. Okay, big question: homogeneous mixture versus solution versus pure substance. Pure substance is easiest. There's no variation of proportion. For example, H2O. Anything that has a chemical formula, anything that's on the periodic table, those are pure substances. Solution is 2 or more pure substances whose proportions can vary within limits, like salt water, Pepsi, iced tea, things like that. Homogeneous mixture is also 2 or more pure substances, but the proportions can be varied without limit. Only example for that is air. Technically unpolluted air, but I'm good with air. Question on the big question. 14, a pure substance that can be broken down into 2 or more simpler ones. Element can't. Bonus points elements, there's 111 as of the writing of our book. 90 of those are natural, that's 2 bonus points. Atom is the smallest piece of an element that can exist and still show the properties of that element. Molecule is the smallest particle that can exist and undergo chemical changes. 18, molecules are bigger. 19, I wrote molecular formula, but there was another one, I think chemical formula. 20, I wrote law of definite proportions. Law of constant composition, I believe, is the other one that I didn't write. 21, they lose their own character. And then we pause. Anything to there? 22's group, all of the physical stuff, you're not changing the composition. All of the chemical stuff, you are changing the composition. Or physical, you're not producing a new substance. Chemical, you are producing a new substance. And then create some words around that, and then find some examples. So 22, for example, physical, I wrote can be observed without changing the composition. That would be like the boiling point, or something like that would work. Chemical, you can observe it only if you do have a change of composition, or only if you do produce a new substance, like burning. This can burn. The properties, you want to state them like they're facts. The changes in 26, you want to go verbs. So 26 is a change that for physical that doesn't result in a change of composition, like I could boil this water, or I am boiling this water. I could boil this water would be in the property list. Chemical change, a new substance is formed, like I am burning this, I'm cooking this, I'm baking this, I'm doing whatever to it. Bonus point, evidence of chemical stuff would be color changes or gases produced. You have to have both of those items to score that point. 30, as I said, the properties are facts, the changes is some kind of an action verb, a process. 31 is the ability or capacity to do work or transfer heat. If they just said do work, go half. If they just said transfer heat, go half. But it's the ability or capacity to do work or transfer heat. 32 is energy of position or chemical composition. Each of those is a half. Position is half of it. Chemical composition is the other half. 33, energy of motion. Front side. the back. Heat energy is energy transferred from high temperature to low temperature, or energy that goes from high concentration to low concentration, something like that. 35 is calories in joules. Bonus point there is that 1 calorie is 4.18, with or without the 4, I don't care, joules. So if you have 4.18 joules, fine. 4.184 joules, fine, whatever. 37 is the heat to raise 1 kilogram by 1 Kelvin. We need by to be the preposition there, not to. It's completely different. That would make everything freezing cold. 38 delta Q equals MC delta T. Bonus point to the side of that. Calories partner up with grams, joules partner up with kilograms. 39, energy can't be created or destroyed is half of it. It can change form is the other half. 40, mass can't be created or destroyed. Bonus point side of that, you got to mention 3 things. Einstein is the person, E equals mc squared is the equation, and it's called the law of conservation of mass energy. 41, pick 3, I've got a lot. High luster, conduct electricity, conduct heat, high density, high melting point, hard, malleable, ductile, don't readily combine with each other, do readily combine with nonmetals, pick some stuff. 44, it's an element existing on its own. 45 is noble, N-O-B-L-E, gases. 46 is on the left, 47 is on the right. 50, it touches the step line, but not aluminum. You have to say not aluminum every time. That's like a half point sort of issue, that aluminum is not a metalloid, aluminum is a metal. But anything that touches the step line, but not aluminum.
Is it minus half?
Minus half if they don't mention aluminum. Yep.
Would you take solid for a characteristic of metal?
I don't think so. It's not on my list. I had a lot. They'd have to find it in the book and prove me wrong. More? Anything? So practice test tomorrow, then a vocab test, then a problem test. Let's finish out our week. So let's cut the record and then see what this hand is about.
The bonus for